Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. And got a good one for you today because the truth is out there, guys. Stuff is kind of undeniable at this point. Seeing real numbers that nobody can deny. And going to cover a lot of things today. Real estate, banking, news, a little bit of everything. Please take a second. Please like the video. Please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so you get notified of everything we're doing. Plus today we have a sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. Now, first things first, guys, we got some really disturbing numbers from the real estate industry, from none other than Realtor.com, which was shared on a dozen different sites that I found. And think about this number. Realtor.com has finally admitted that the housing industry has taken a hit. And for the first time, think about this. They saw month-over-month increases for 131 straight months. 131 straight months. Guys, that's since 2012. The real estate industry had gone up. For the first time, they're saying we finally saw the real estate market take a turn for the worse. And people need to understand that this is just the beginning of this, because we've got major problems with this. But the best thing about this, like I said, this was shared with almost a dozen different newspapers, and I found the story all over the place, told in different ways. You can find the link below and link to all these stories. It's very cool. But this is serious, guys. You've got an industry that is finally admitting that there is a problem. Now, to go along with that problem, the National Board of Governors just approved for the real estate industry, and this is no rumor, this is fact, a 40-year mortgage. You guys, this is insanity. This is designed to get people into their home for the first time and get them to do something that they've always wanted to do. And that's buy a depreciating asset that's going to be worth less over time. Congratulations. So the real estate industry has done, you know, the sucker's bet. They've done what they did for the car industry, which was the 7, 8, 9-year auto loan. Now they've done it with real estate. The American dream of buying a home, having a nice life, nice job, a retirement. How do you do that with a 40-year payment? Seriously, tell me. Oh, damn, think of what people will save doing this. We're going to sell so many more houses. You really won't. The idea of the interest rates going up as high as they are right now, you know, to a tight 7%, so many people cannot afford a regular conventional mortgage right now. People do not have the credit to do that. So with that being said, they're not getting, you know, a home loan in the 6s. I mean, there are people that are getting 8.5% home loans right now. And you can say, oh, that's crazy, Dan. They must have terrible credit. No, they're self-employed people. They've got side hustles. One person has a W-2, the other person doesn't. So with that, you've got to have an unconventional loan. Oh, okay. I want to thank Stuart for the 40-year mortgage story, because that was great. And it was something that was obscure, and it wasn't in every single newspaper. Patty sent me a story out of Phoenix, Arizona. I want you to think about this, guys. With all the rain that the West Coast has gotten this year, the city of Phoenix wants to raise water prices because of shortages. Oh, okay. Trust me, they've gotten the same rain that we've gotten here in California. You can say, oh, it's a little less, whatever. Gotten plenty of rain, guys. Shouldn't be water increases for 6%. It's outrageous. It's ridiculous. A couple stories about the banking industry. Julia sent a story about Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett called all the bank executives last Thursday to Omaha to have a powwow about banking. If you guys think that everything is solid with the banking industry, you are kidding yourself. They didn't have a powwow to discuss how good things are. They discussed the plan as far as what they're going to tell us and what's going to happen. That's where we're at right now with this thing. This thing is an absolute joke. There are 8 banks in New York that want federal assurances that their funds are going to be backed by the FDIC when they go south, and that their deposits are covered. No, think about this. There are something like $4 trillion at risk right now in the bank. And there's something like $250 billion worth of FDIC insurance coverage right now. Do the math, guys. It's completely upside down. There is not enough insurance to cover the damages. There's going to be a forest fire, okay, when it comes to banking, and there will not be enough money to put out the fire and to pay everybody back with the losses to rebuild. It's that simple. That's what you need to understand. And if people understood this, they would be prepared. They would have their money in multiple different banks and things like that. Because what's going to happen, especially with a meeting like that with Warren Buffett, which I didn't know Warren Buffett was elected to anything, but with him being in charge of the banks and having this banking meeting, it's kind of fascinating that they all come around into Omaha. So God knows what the plan is, but it doesn't involve us, but we will be the victim of it when that plan is decided and they flip the switch to close everything down. It has rained here so much, and it finally stopped. We get a break. It's supposed to start raining in an hour or so, and I thought I'd get out and film something before it got raining. Started raining again. So I love your mail. I appreciate it all the time. I really do. Someone sent me something that was disturbing, and they have a new clause in different banks right now. And this woman said, don't use my name. Obviously, it's a unique name because she doesn't want it out there because they'd be able to, oh, I know her. She lives here. Anyways, the point is that they have a clause in a lot of the banking agreements now that you just click, you know, to go into your online account, that you will never join a class action lawsuit. Now, why would banks do that? Why would banks say that? Well, let's just say Warren and his friends get together and they say, hey, it's time to start doing the bail-in, and everybody that has over $50,000 in their account is going to get shares in the bank, and make it so that they can't sue us by having them agree to a non-class action lawsuit. Who would agree to that? You wouldn't agree to that if you were given the opportunity to do that. So that's one thing that's fascinating. Tennessee steps forward and wants to declare that gold is going to be what they're going to use for the state house to secure the funds for the state. In other words, they're backing the money, the state, by gold. You know, you keep hearing these rumors about people buying so much gold. It's kind of time to look at that, guys. It really is. So there's other states too. There's 8 other states right now that have been backed that want to use gold as currency and have it be something that is protected right now. So take a look at that. Take a look at the story below because it's great. Let's talk about our sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. You know, the only thing that we can count on with the stock market is instability right now. You need to do what central banks are doing, and that is buying physical gold and physical silver. The best place to do that is Patriot Gold Group. Contact them today at 888-330-1431 and find out about a free investor guide on how you can get an IRA or 401k that's backed by physical metals. Look at what billionaires are doing. Look at what everybody that's successful doing. They're getting themselves into gold right now. It's time, guys. Do it before it's too late. The banking crisis is only going to get worse. Warren Buffett calling everybody together last week is only the tip of the iceberg on the warning side that you need to prepare for. Call Patriot Gold today, 888-330-1431 today. Let them know that I allegedly sent you and get that free investor guide. And again, they have a free IRA for life, no fee for life IRA. If you have an existing IRA or 401k, they can transfer it over without any tax liability. Contact them today. Use the link below or call 888-330-1431 today. We've seen a lot of things with the economy that are disturbing lately. And Raj Jetty is an economist from Harvard who said the most disturbing thing that people should look at with the economy is the amount of people that are not working right now, that are not even being counted right now. Now, Mike Rowe talked about the 7 million men that are not working. Well, Raj Jetty sat there and says, wait a second, there's 2.6 million people that have dropped off the work roll right now. And we're supposed to believe that the numbers are under 4%, which is ridiculous that it's like that. So people just stop looking for work. People stop doing things. People are doing side hustles and other gigs that don't require them to be, you know, getting W-2 income right now. That's what's happening right now, more than ever. So how can we believe that the economy's so good? All these people are getting laid off. As we hear these numbers about real estate dropping off, the thing that's going to be the kiss of death, as I talk to commercial real estate agents, is they say the layoffs. They want to find out how they can break leases. They want to find out how they can get out of buildings, how people that were going to normally take more space at certain times of the year, it's not happening. Spring is normally a great time for real estate. It's not. It's tapering off right now. It's slowing down right now. People are not looking for properties. Things here in Southern California, in this hot market where everybody supposedly has money, is sitting on the market longer and longer and longer. You're seeing more and more houses being converted to rent right now. And once again, guys, if you guys want to live in a neighborhood, seriously, like, hey, this is where we want the kids to go look at renting one of those houses right now. And I guarantee you'll find something, especially the beach communities, the nicer cities. These people, you know, they've done a huge remodel. They spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in the remodel to flip the house, and now they can't sell it for what they need, so they're going to rent the thing out. You can get a really cool house right now in a great neighborhood, and this is happening all over the place. And more real estate agents, that's what they're dealing with. They're trying to save face and trying to get something by renting the house out and getting the commission on the rental over selling the house right now. So, the beginning of it. You know, I asked people when you contact me about Bitcoin to tell me your Bitcoin story, where you started at and everything. Allison with a Y, Allison with a Y, is a true Bitcoin player. She's got so much of it right now, but she also bought it sporadically and is doing so well with it. Anytime she wants to reach out and give me advice on Bitcoin, I will listen to Allison with a Y. Now, there's a couple more real estate stories that are pretty fascinating. The first one is there's 133 major areas, cities and metropolitan areas throughout the country that have gone down in value over the course of the last month. And they're starting to see a big downturn. And there's still 260 areas in the country that went up over the course of the last month. So when you see overall, there is a decline. But a big concern, Josh Altman from $1 Million Listing, I love that guy. And the best thing about Josh Altman, whether you guys know this or not, was during the last economic downturn of 2008, the guy was in the mortgage business. He was not a realtor. And he took a huge hit with his brother, and they basically lost everything and had to rebuild their lives. That's the story, why you should look at Josh Altman. But what Josh is talking about right now is there's a problem with the city and county of Los Angeles where they're going to have this thing called ULA, where he says this will be the most devastating thing since 2007 to real estate in the LA area. And you've got houses that are between $5 and $10 million that are going to have sales tax added to the purchase of the home, an additional 4%. Now, I know what you're thinking. Rich people, who cares? You know, think about this. Rich people own businesses, guys. Rich people own other properties. Rich people don't just buy the house that they're living in. They own multiple things, and this is the worst thing that could happen. This is going to absolutely destroy real estate if this goes through, if it's not postponed. Realtors like him are doing the news circuit, doing everything they can to talk to people to get this delayed. And so far, you know, it's fallen on deaf ears because the counties need the money. You know, the new mayor, Karen Bass for LA, you know, it's her first 100 days, and they're trying to do the 100-day report. Well, from some guy that lives in Orange County and visits LA frequently, I haven't seen a bit of difference, guys. Think about this. There's been $17 billion in Southern California used to help the homeless. Whose pockets did that line? Seriously. Okay, they've done nothing. 100 days? Wait, what can you do in 100 days, Dan? The point is that homelessness is a problem, and it just creates crime. It ruins great neighborhoods, and it's only getting worse. When I was in Las Vegas, one thing I never even thought about going on was that Hyperloop that Elon Musk built. And he's going to expand it. He just submitted a proposal to the city to expand the Hyperloop to 65 stations under the casinos. He wants it to reach more casinos. He wants 65 stops. He wants to be able to have 69 different places people can get on it. And kind of fascinating because I haven't even seen it. And the people that I know that have gone on it, they're like, why do I want to do this? What's the point of this? So does that interest you? Has anybody gone on that thing? Gone on those Teslas that take you underground in Vegas? And, you know, it needs a better monorail system in Vegas. That's what they need. They need more places connected with the monorail so you don't have to deal with the riffraff walking in the streets because of the homelessness. The other thing that floored me was a friend of mine who's the local rep for foreclosures there. He was telling me how there is just a huge community of homeless people that live underground, go rob people, steal, do what they can do, and then go live underground. It's horrible. But when the rain let up one day, I'm standing there and leaning as I'm looking up stories and realized I was looking underground. There's all these people living underneath there. It was crazy. It was like a, you know, remember Gone Girl, the movie, when they go into that mall and everybody's living in the mall? It was like that. It was just disturbing. So there's the Hyperloop. Does that interest any of you guys right now? Because I think it's ridiculous. I don't understand why anybody would want to do it. One thing that people have been waiting for in real estate is the long-awaited buyer's market to hit. There's a great story from Yahoo News below talking about how we're going to see real estate prices have a double-digit drop, and that this is going to be around the country and you're going to see huge problems with this. Now, with interest rates continuing to go up, guys, there's nothing you can do about that, but, you know, but understand that, you know, you buy less. When interest rates are up, you get less house for your money, guys. And you can sit there and say it's no big deal, but it is a big deal. It's a huge deal right now. Jeremy Grantham, who's a real estate investor, he said you need to get yourself ready for the stock market, S&P 500, to drop 50%. And he thinks that people need to prepare themselves. They need to get themselves into more stable means like gold and things like that. But he says people need to prepare themselves right now for this. And this goes to another story that Susie Orman had that I found. That's great. And Susie Orman's really mad about one thing, and that during the health crisis, they made it so there was no penalty for people to withdraw from their 401ks. And the problem with that is that they're not penalized for it. So she said you should never borrow from your retirement, which I really agree with. It really makes a lot of sense because, you know, gosh, I know so many people my age that just don't have a dime saved. Nothing. They have nothing saved right now. And she's right about this. People need to prepare for this, and the last thing you need to do is borrow yourself out of debt right now. So, you know, share your thoughts on all this stuff so far. One thing that's fascinating is the central bank digital dollar. We have talked a tremendous amount about this lately, and a lot of people are like fighting it, saying, Dan, you don't know what you're talking about. This is going to be a good thing. If you think that the government watching every dollar you spend is a good thing in every way, shape, or form, and not having an ounce of freedom, you're kidding yourself. Governor DeSantis in Florida wants to have a state law that they will not use or participate in a central bank digital dollar. Want nothing to do with it. Now, I don't know as a state if you can do that because money's money for the country. But this will be fascinating because what he's saying is that this is ridiculous that we're going to participate in this in any way, shape, or form because they don't want the control. And guys, think about this. Everything you buy is tracked. Everything. And buy gum, buy auto parts. You go to the liquor store. Wow, you go to the liquor store a lot. Guys, you go to the weed store, okay? Whatever you do, okay? They're going to track it, and they can shut it off. What about rich people? To take from the rich. Oh, damn, that's ridiculous. It's never going to happen. There is a problem with charging EV cars. There is a new proposal, part of the $7.5 billion proposal for the EV industry. And the charging stations that are built here, most of the parts come from out of the country. For them to get the tax credits for those, they have to be made here in the United States. So the EV car companies that build The charging stations are scrambling right now to get parts made here in America. Okay, which I'm all for that, but it's kind of funny that now they're starting to say, oh, we have a problem with that. So share your thoughts on the central bank digital dollar. And do you think that Florida can pull this off, where they can exclude themselves from anything that's, you know, done in the rest of the country? I find it fascinating if they're going to try to do this. The EV car market, this is why Elon Musk is manufacturing certain things here in the States now, because of that tax incentive that's been issued. Ford has a new feature they're calling punishment mode that's going to be tied into certain new cars. If you don't think that this is going to happen, you guys are kidding yourself. They're going to make it so that if you don't make your payment, click, flip of a switch, and, oh yeah, I'm sorry, I disabled your car. It's funny, one of my cars didn't start today. Maybe it's in punishment mode right now from Ford. But this is what's going to happen, guys. You're going to see the control on our lives just increase. It's not going to get less. The idea is to have less freedoms. Do what you want to do. Start your own business, buy a truck, sell stuff, go do what you want to do, okay? The idea and those opportunities are getting less and less and less. But Ford, think about this. Hey, we just realized you don't have insurance in the vehicle, you can't start the car. Well, my favorite thing ever to me, one day, was driving, I literally got the car smogged and had the registration, my check in hand to go get the car registered, and I got pulled over by a cop. And he's like, yeah, your registration's expired. And he's like, oh yeah, look, I'm going right now. I just got the smog done. I'm going to get it registered right now. Great. He wrote me a ticket for that because he's a jerk, and he was a jerk, and I reminded him of that. It was great. We just go down to the police station and sign it off. It's just to fix a ticket. Cost you $10. And your time, half a day, and all that stuff. So jerk did that, so he met his quota, and I reminded him of his quota. Lovely, City of Irvine Police Department. Anyways, share your thoughts. But have you ever had anything ridiculous happen like that? You're going someplace to get something fixed, and you get a ticket for it. You know, I know people have gotten into car accidents, and they get tickets for, hey, your registration's expired, the car's totaled. So they have to deal with that in addition to not having a vehicle outside. So what do you guys think about punishment mode from Ford? You guys, the older cars that are not tied to the grid, tied to the man, that's going to be the way to go in the future. It really is. It's very peaceful out here when it rains. You know that? It's just beautiful out here. Let me show you guys how nice this is. Oh, it's starting to really come down now. Can you guys tell? Yeah. Maybe I should get a real job. Anyways, share your thoughts and all this stuff, okay? But punishment mode is coming, and so is the central bank digital dollar. I really think that you're going to see a major drop in stock prices too. It's just my opinion, but we will see what happens with the future. It is pouring on me, and I'm going to finish this video with this last story. There is a company called Good Meat, and they just got approved to sell lab-grown meat. Can't wait. I'm sure you guys will ask me to try that. Lab-grown meat. Whatever happened to lab-grown chicken? It's called a hen house or a chicken house or a chicken coop. You know, now we're gonna have lab-grown chicken. What is wrong with you people? Who wants this stuff? Seriously, who's sitting there going, "Gosh, I want some more lab-grown meat"? It's just, what's wrong with that sound? Isn't it awful? Lab-grown meat. Wow. Okay. Please do not forget to hit the like button. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't work in the rain, because I guess it's unhealthy. That's what they keep telling me. And you can get sick. Take a look at our sponsor. Remember, if you want to send me any stories, hello@iAllegedly.com. And again, if you guys are the Bitcoin god or goddess out there, do what Allison did and just lay it out. Because Allison with a Y, and once again, I'm going to call her out. She's a Bitcoin player. And anytime she wants to share anything about cryptocurrency or anything like that, she did it right, but she's got a ton of it. And she knows what she's doing, okay? If there is such a thing as that, okay? It's kind of a compliment. Anyways, onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon.